Hi. Um, this is going to be the elemental readings for the signs for the end of the month. I did the early February elemental readings a few weeks ago, so I thought I'd sum up the month and go through each element, fire, earth, water, and air, and pull some cards and um, yeah, just see what happens. It's a general reading, so just take whatever messages work for you and insights, inspiration, and keep an open mind. And things may apply later, and just yeah, see if there's anything that works for you that gives you insight, clarity, inspiration, anything like that. So I thought I would start with story of art and do a flip to a page for each element. So and see if there's inspiration for you within a painting or time period, the artist, whatever. So I guess we'll start with air and I was going to say fire, but I guess we're starting with air. So for air signs, let's see. This is highest and greatest good of all. This is The Virgin Mourning Christ, 1599 to 1600 by Annabelle Carracci. First half of the 17th century, Catholic Europe. It's in the Museo di Capodimonte in Naples. Two little cherubs and Christ, and just the blue dress. Maybe you could take a trip to Naples and see this in real life. That'd be cool. I guess I'll mark the pages and so I don't forget. Then I thought I would pull a from this little spy deck. Famous spies throughout history and movies and things like that. So, highest and greatest good. Air signs, and by the way, if you're new to tarot and astrology, air signs would be Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So, Five of Clubs. This is Felix. Oh, these names are going to kill me. Felix Dzierżyński, Polish-born, first director of notoriously brutal Bolshevik secret police, the Cheka, spied on friend including Trotsky and foe alike. I like his hat though. And on the bottom is the Queen of Diamonds, or Queen of Swords, which works for air signs. And that is Pauline Cushman, actress, Union spy in the U.S. Civil War, captured and sentenced to death, but rescued by Union troops 3 days before hanging. Wow. Let's see. There's really bad glare here. Anyways, these aside. I don't know if those are informative, no pun intended, for anyone, but the Five of Clubs, five is change, and clubs are like wands, so Five of Wands. I think of sport, competition, adventure, change, building something, constructing something, trying to find a common goal, maybe, clearing away confusion so that things can be built correctly. Sometimes there's like five people in the cards, and so it's like different energies and different people all like having ideas and trying to come to a good conclusion. And it can also be the opposite, where there's sometimes a misunderstanding or just not clear direction, confusion, and in the construction of the building of something. It can also mean, like I said, competition or a game. And the Queen of Swords, or the Queen of Diamonds, is traditionally someone who is an air sign or someone with a lot of air energy in their chart. And if you haven't looked up your chart, I'll put a link below so that you can do that. You just need your time of birth, location, and if you don't have your time of birth, just put in noon. And the Queen of Swords kind of cuts the chase. She's direct. She's usually been through a lot, and since this is a general reading, it can apply to male, female, alike, and or it could just be that kind of energy, that kind of persona, or someone someone like this. But yeah, they are clear in their thoughts, clear in their communication. They've usually been through a lot, so they've been through all the lessons, and they don't want to deal with like the bullshit, and just kind of get to the point and tells it like it is. Sometimes can be a little bit harsh with their communication, but usually it's just so that there's no misunderstandings or anything like that. And it could be, since it's the Five of Clubs and Queen of Swords, it could be someone who's in charge, directing the flow of events, and or a game, a competition, directing, maybe someone in charge, like a boss, usually. Someone who just, wants to be clear in their communication, clear cut, and not deal with any, like I said, misunderstandings. So it could mean that you or someone needs to be more clear in their communication, or is being clear and is doing a good job at directing things. Since it can also mean like a widow type person, which I kind of think of with the painting that I just flipped to, like Mother Mary kind of thing, like someone maybe who's lost a child too. But sometimes it's an older person, but they're, like I said, just mental clarity and wanting to make sure things are done right and constructed correctly and put together well. And yeah, I guess we'll see where that goes. My historical knowledge isn't that great, so I don't know. I mean, it's fine, but it's not like I know much about. Maybe the Civil War is interesting or important to you. This woman's an actress, rescued, Union troops 3 days before her death sentence. Wow. Trotsky, maybe Polish-born as well, or any of these circumstances, you know, we could extrapolate or see how they apply to you. Secret police. I don't know. Maybe not that many people are dealing with, you know, spy-like situations, but you get the point. It's basically someone who is in charge and wanting to just kind of cut through the confusion and get to the point. So on that note, I thought I'd just pull a few regular tarot cards and maybe an I Ching, and finish with an oracle card for each sign. So clarity on the Queen of Diamonds, 5 of Clubs, 2. Well, I'll just go with this one. This is Lust. These are kind of graphic sometimes. There's a lot of symbolism in this card. In this deck, this is the Thoth deck. 11 is switched with 8. In traditional tarot, 8 is where 11 sits. So I don't know if that's important to you, but 11 is a gateway. So it's walking through the door, diving deeper. Maybe the circumstances around the Civil War is important, or, you know, the different forces that were, like, since I said 5 of Clubs can mean competition or game, can also mean like play fight, or maybe in this case a real fight. Queen of Swords sometimes I also think of as a referee too, like just, you know, directing the flow of events, like I said. Lust is also, it's in traditional tarot, it's called Strength, and it's sometimes about mind-body harmony, you know, just using your instincts, your animal type instincts with more of a intuitive, spiritual, creative mindset, or being guided by spirit, by your higher self. Like this card shows a woman on a 7-headed lion. In other decks, it's like an angel that's either closing or opening the mouth of a lion. So it's kind of like either being in a precarious situation where you have to control your maybe baser instincts, or just using a gentle touch. So maybe if you are someone who tends to be a little bit more direct and, you know, not beat around the bush kind of thing, maybe it's saying to take a more gentle approach towards whatever situation you find yourself in. But this card, I'm going to read the actual description, if I can remember where I put the card. 1 second. Because, you know, sometimes the symbolism has a lot to say as well, so 1 second. Oop. Some leftover cards from before. Yeah. lust. Let me hold it up while I read it to you. See that? Lust. This card was formerly called Strength. It implies, however, not only strength, but joy in strength exercise. The 7 heads of the lion are respectively that of an angel, saint, poet, adulteress, warrior, satyr, and lion serpent. The central figure is the woman who has surrendered herself to all the forces of creation, and who rides astride of the beast. In her left hand she holds the reins as representing the passion which unites them, and in her right she holds aloft the cup aflame with love and death. In this cup are mingled the elements of the sacrament of the eon. In the background are the bloodless figures of the saints, on whom this mirage travails, for their whole life has been absorbed into the Holy Grail. I kind of think of like the 7 deadly sins to 7 heads, 7 facets of someone's personality. Maybe your descendant in your birth chart. Just thought of that. Which would be your 7th house, which is also partnership, which kind of, even though this is not advocating bestiality or anything like that, but, just the different natures of 2 maybe individuals and partnership in that sense. But yeah, taming the beast, taming the animal instincts in yourself, like the Queen of Swords, Queen of Diamonds, directing, taming the energies of the 5 of Clubs. 5, Leo is the 5th house in the zodiac, so and it's also represented by a lion. Maybe that has something to do with the 5 of Clubs, change, competition, taming your, your baser instincts, like I keep saying, and using more of, using your head a little bit more, maybe, using your, using some spiritual guidance, using, surrounding yourself to the forces of creation, holding the reins, kind of like what I've been talking about, the passion that unites them, love and death. So yeah, it's kind of just striking that balance too, between all these different maybe creative instincts, because Leo, the lion, sometimes strength is representative of Sagittarius in Leo, holding the reins on your creative inspirations, forces, nature. Sometimes I think of creative intelligence, emotional intelligence, using both sides of your mind, your instinct, your gut instincts, your animal nature, your gut, like I think I just said that, and your intuition, your higher self, your spiritual nature. And on the bottom is the magus. And this is the magician in traditional tarot. It's the first of the major arcana. These are both major arcana cards, so these are kind of like, significant events or people, archetypal situations in your life. Sometimes people consider them fated events, things that we can't really change, but we always have choice. So I don't know how much I agree with that, but it could be something that's already passed as well, an event that's already passed, situation that's already passed, a person in your life that's in your past. Let's see if I should hold up this card. This is using your mind, and since with air represents thoughts, speech, communication, mental activity, language, anything of that nature. Using your instrument, your mind, using all the tools that you have available to you, using all your resources at hand, also being in control of the different elements. I know there's a ton of symbolism. This deck is just full of symbolism, more so than traditional tarot, so I'm still familiarizing myself with this deck. But it is... I just see the different elements, the cup, the coin, the cups, cups, water, coin, earth, air, and fire. So it's, being in control of the different elements, the different parts of your personality, the different aspects in yourself, your emotions, your physical well-being, your physical how you feel physically, your finances, earthly, material type things, and your passion, fire, passion, flame, the sparks, the sometimes I think of chemistry, the things that ignite your interests, the fiery energy, the things that make you want to get up and get going, that go-getter side of yourself, the and air, like I said, is like your thoughts, your mental communication, maybe like telepathy kind of thing, but just it's like what you think about, you bring about. It's, as above, so below. How you think, it will be, kind of thing. It's being in control of your thoughts as well, so that you can create your reality, your world, the things that you want to be in your world, the people that you want to be in your world. It's maybe reaching out a hand. I just think of someone who's doing like the Running Man, just like like a Greek statue. He just looks happy and carefree, go lucky, but this card can also represent, like I said, chemistry, ingredients, putting all the ingredients together. Maybe I'll read the symbolism. So far we have like fire and water. This can also just mean you. It's the I am card. So maybe I am in control of things, or that's something you need to tell yourself, or taking more of a direct approach to whatever it is that you need to be in control of. So the magician or juggler, Mercury. Mercury rules Gemini. So there you go. Whose wisdom, will, and word, by whom the world is created. It symbolizes the fluidic basis of all transmission of activity. I'll hold this up for you. Behind him and through him is the ape. Hanuman, which is a Hindu conception. The Egyptian counterpart, Thoth, is also always followed by the cynocephalous ape. So, but yeah, like I said, transmission of activity of your mind, your thoughts to your reality. Wisdom, it's Mercury, it's communication. will and word by whom the world is created. So it's being in control of your thoughts, and so that you create the world that you want to live in. And Thoth is considered communication. It's bringing, intelligence and knowledge to people. So however you do that, maybe it's in your job, maybe it's, just communication amongst your friends and relatives, maybe you're getting a pet. Maybe it's being in control of your sexual urges, because this is lust after all, and maybe you're lusting after someone, and you need to get that under control. I don't know. Just kind of have this purpley, orangey, ombre kind of. This card also always looks a little bit 80s to me because of the background and this down here, those weird sculptures that people had, and like the glass brick windows in the 80s. Yeah, so it's also like writing, a written word. Maybe you're thinking of writing, and you're trying to figure out like what to write about, and I don't know where that came from, but yeah. So let's see. I'll do like an energy. These are tarot and astrology cards, so we can see like what. Ooh, there we go. Oh my gosh. The High Priestess, the Moon. Wow, all major arcana. Wow, and on the bottom is the Sun. So that speaks a little bit to strength or lust. The Sun rules Leo, and strength or lust is associated sometimes with the sign of Leo. And the High Priestess, the Moon, is has to do with water signs. So here again, water and fire and water, earth and water. It's you see the horizon. The Sun is life force, and this is the Moon. So it's the the push and pull, the opposites coming together. It's it's that magnetic chemistry that brings two people together, or two energies together. Let's see if I can do this. Here. So you can see, like, not really, you can't really see that, but it's that orange and blue and the opposite elements, the maybe partner signs. So for, I don't know if I remember all the different partner signs. Gemini partner sign is Sagittarius, and Libra is Aries, and Aquarius is Leo. So I think, so there we go. That's like all of the, fire and water, and air, and it's the complementary, the things that you aren't, things that you need to, bring into yourself, the energy you need to kind of tame to maybe enhance your whatever endeavor you're working on, or the High Priestess, she is the, guardian of secrets, second in the major arcana. It's the very beginning of most, like the water, it's the beginning of the flood in a sense. She rules, all the hidden, the unknown, the mysterious, the the moon reflects the sun, and sun is life force. It's what sustains life on Earth. It's what we need to grow, like these sunflowers here. This is Leo and Aries, and Cancer and Taurus. It's funny because I have rising Cancer and moon in Taurus, and Taurus is the second sign, and this is also High Priestess is second major arcana, and this is also a new deck for me. Trying to find a good, comfortable position. Yeah, there's always like, it's between two opposites, usually, beginning and end, between two pillars, and there's always this like hanging cloth, like this kind of thing, that she sits in front of. There's always a crescent moon at the bottom. She rules the moon, she rules the tides. It's that push and pull between opposites. Being in control of those different energies within yourself, within a situation, between you and another. But since this is the one, it kind of, I think it's more about being in control of that, those different energies within yourself, and you know, finding a good balance, finding I mean, sometimes I feel like these are really self-explanatory. It's just about that balance within yourself, so then you can go out and be balanced and find balance within your dynamics and interactions with others. Like both their heads are kind of like turned. I don't know if you can see that. All of them, they're all kind of like, I don't know. Wait, that stands out to me. But here it's like all the different phases of the moon as well, across the top here. It's hard to do. And again, she sits between two pillars, two opposites, but usually a black and white pillar. So it's existing in that space between, in that middle area, where it's like neither extreme. It's the Tibetans, I think it's Tibetans, call it the Bardos. So it's space between breaths. It's the space between thoughts. It's the space between, what we think and what we do. The space between dreams and being awake, and what exists in that space for you. Maybe being cognizant of your breath. It's a spiritual practice, actually, of breathing in 4 breaths and out 4 breaths, and it's kind of a form of meditation as well. To just kind of tap into that intuition, and also the primal energy within yourself, using your mind and your logic, and which Mercury represents logic as well, wisdom, thoughts. It's getting that energy flow going well, so that there's ease of communication within your own thoughts. You can connect the dots quickly, and put it out there, and also connecting with your intuition, your higher self, your it's really, I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory. It's your base instincts, it's your animal, it's your gut feelings, your animal nature, it's your it's your body, it's your needs, your bodily needs, your desires, what you do on a day-to-day basis, maybe, but also then finding ways to connect with your intuition, your maybe psychic ability, your spiritual guides, your spiritual side. And the Four of Swords on the bottom, Mercury and Libra. Again, Libra is all about balance and partnership. And Mercury, again, like I said, is about communication and speech and talking and using your mind and mental power. And so, again, it's just striking that balance, finding that balance within you. I sometimes think of Four of Swords as meditation, finding that middle ground, coming home from the day, thinking about how things went. It's reflection, figuring out what you can do in whatever circumstance you're in to move forward, whether it's, your job, life, partnership, maybe your marriage. But I keep coming back to, I think it has something to do with yourself and really just connecting both sides of your mind, using your logic, using your intuition, figuring out what works for you. How do you connect those things? Like a form of active meditation. Connecting male, female energies within yourself, the aggressive, more action doing, and the more allowing, feminine, intuitive, emotional, feeling side of yourself. This reminds me of like Alice in Wonderland with the checkered floor and all the weird sorts of like random animals. It's a camel, and there's two camels, a black and white camel, and this looks like the same. I don't know if you can see that, but at the very top there, this is kind of the same as that. I think that has something to do with it's getting with I'm gonna start blushing. I think, maybe taking care of yourself, which speaks to the strength, taking care of your health. So. And again, Cancer is ruled by the moon. It's the first cardinal sign, so, and it's more, I always think of a gentle energy. Taurus is an earth sign, so it's that like mixture between earth and water as well, striking a good balance between your emotions and your grounding, and she's secretive usually. She's mysterious. She knows things. I always kind of think of the Mona Lisa as in comparison to the High Priestess. Which I had a different card to show you. I'll show you if I can. I'm going to try an experiment. See if I can ask my spirit guides to show me the High Priestess card. But yeah, you might want to look in your chart and see where you have air energy. Show me a High Priestess. It's the King of Cups and the Chariot, which is ruled by the moon. We're getting there. We're getting close. Oh. Nope. It's not gonna, probably. Maybe it doesn't. But just so you get like a good general idea of what these cards like, this is the regular Rider-Waite deck, which is good like learning tool if you are interested in learning about tarot, because it tells a story. It's like the hero's journey in a way. It's a more storybook. Like this is typically the Five of Wands, constructing something, a little bit of confusion, different aspects I think of too. They're kind of like a good base point for someone who doesn't know about tarot to learn the base meanings. Of course, I'm not like going to be able to find it now. Oh, here. So this deck is so old. Yeah, she's like the keeper of knowledge. She has this book on her lap. It's like, kind of think of a notebook where you keep all your personal diary entries and kind of thing. It's very feminine energy. The pomegranates in the background, and it can signify birth, giving birth. And behind this veil here is water. It's, it's like the other side. It's what's behind the veil. If you are interested in learning about tarot, I tell a quick story and then we'll do an oracle card and be done. But it was 41 minutes. I don't know how this happens. But I first started getting interested in tarot just from astrology and YouTube videos, and then seeing people doing tarot videos, and I would watch the one for Sagittarius. I'm Sagittarius, and then I'm so skeptical, so I'm like, let's see if this actually kind of correlates with other tarot readers. So I'd watch like 10 of them and keep track and see if any of the same cards and messages came through. I don't know. And since they were all general readings, I eventually just decided I might as well just, pick up a deck of cards and do it for myself. And then, after a while, I started to shuffle cards as I was listening to a video and see if any of those cards pop out. So you're welcome to do that as well if you have a deck of cards. It doesn't have to be a tarot deck; it can just be a regular deck of cards. And see, pull some cards, see what pops out for you as I do these videos, and it might bring some further clarity to you. High Priestess just popped out again. So, it might bring some more clarity. It's kind of, I think of, like on a shopping site where you have to, filter down from, women's to handbags to what kind of handbags, the color that you're looking for. And it's like, kind of like that. It's like a process of elimination. So, since this is a general reading, if you're looking for further clarity and insight, that's something that you could try and just, see how these messages that I'm giving to you, how they apply more directly into your own life. But I think it's also having to do with this reading so far is having to do with soulmates, or meeting halfway, meeting with your spirit guides or your higher self, meeting with your other half, your partnerships as well. Finding that middle ground between two opposite energies, two opposite people, two different people. It doesn't have to be opposites, but opposites attract. So, let me pull an I Ching card, and then I have to look them up usually to get the real actual meanings, so I won't spend too much time there. And an oracle card, and then we'll be done. For air signs, for the end of February, any guidance, further clarity on this reading? 37 ends up being a 10, and 10 reduces down to a 1, and that's like the magician or the juggler. It's the I am. It's also having to do with the sun, Leo. It's that I am energy. It's your ego. It's your self-expression. It's how you see yourself, and connecting that with your highest version of yourself, your ideal version of yourself, maybe, and like seeing what kind of direction you want to go in and how to move in that direction by, finding that middle ground, meditation, just reflection, thinking about how you can move forward. But really, it's that, like I keep saying, I am energy. It's like, it's how you see yourself. It's using all your mental powers to connect heaven and earth to what you're doing, how you see yourself on the inside with your external environment. And I don't know the meaning of this card. They just have a number. So I'll put the link below for that. And Oracle card. I lost the book for this, so I just kind of go with the pictures. And it's the Shaman of Foresight. So all the veins in his hand kind of reaching out, connecting to, his environment. I don't know why I'm saying his, but looks like a man's hand to me. But yeah, you can see like his veins. It's like that flow of energy from within to without. So it kind of speaks to the magician as well. As within, so without. As above, so below. How you see yourself is how you're going to be reflected and project yourself into your external environment. So it's really connecting, I think, within first, so then you can go out and, be, help a positive influence in other people's lives. It kind of feels like it's like all connected, and you're connected to your environment, and maybe need to get more connected to your environment by first getting connected within yourself. So kind of think of like roots, and those movies where like the roots come up from the ground and they kind of overtake someone. So maybe it's, it's getting connected to the earth, getting connected to your like base instincts, your own nature, your animal instincts, your environment, maybe just getting grounded, kind of being in control of that energy instead of letting your external environment affect you in a negative way. Maybe just getting grounded, going outside, spending some time, getting out of your head. Air signs can have a tendency to get stuck in their heads, or if you have a lot of air in your chart like I do, it's easy to get stuck in your head. So it's about getting outside of yourself, maybe just going outside for a walk or sitting in the grass for a few minutes during the day. Just feeling connected to nature, so that you can kind of connect your, all these different parts of yourself, your different, your own natural instincts, your own desires with, what's actually plausible, what's actually doable in your day-to-day reality, and using your intuition to figure out that middle ground and how it all works together. But Shaman of Foresight. So Foresight is, the high priestess. It's seeing into the future a bit. So finding that happy medium, that middle ground in order to do that, I think, too, because, you kind of have to use both sides of your brain in order to have a good idea or understanding, perception of the direction things will take you, the way current events are going to continue to flow, like the water, the high priestess. And it's using creative intelligence. It's using I don't know. There's something on like the tip of my tongue that I want to say, but I don't know what it is. But I think it's just connecting. It's connecting within yourself to connect with your environment, with others, with nature, with maybe paying attention to your environment, seeing how you feel in different situations, around different people, around in different rooms, in different environments. So trying to find that like space where you can kind of let your mind relax and just connect within. I think, really understand where your thoughts are going and reining them in, finding that control in that, just not letting your thoughts go crazy, but just finding that control, cutting to the chase, cutting through the clutter, the confusion, maybe, coworkers, maybe there's like, even sometimes I think of gossip in the workplace with the Five of Wands. There's just like different energies all kind of coming together. And so it's like cutting through that madness. I think of that song Madness by Muse. I should be taking notes. I don't have to watch these back and waste a ton of time. I'll put that song link below. And yeah, it's cutting through all that clutter, whether it's in your environment or within your mind, so that you can, just make steady progress and connect all the different aspects and parts of yourself, your mind, your intuition, your feelings, your emotions, your passions, what you want to do, what direction you want to go into, and just kind of clearing the way, making space for that, getting rid of anything that doesn't serve you in your mind. Meditation can help, getting into nature, getting out into nature, grounding yourself, maybe just like putting your feet on the ground, just, taking in that steady earth energy to connect with the earth, connect with, the things that we don't always necessarily get the time to do, but maybe making the time to do that this next week. And maybe it's also just playing with your pet, taking your dog for a walk, getting outside, like I said, and just trying to find that space where you can think clearly and feel connected within, so that you can then go out and connect with others and your environment. So anyways, I hope this was helpful, and please let me know if you have any questions or anything like that. But yeah, I hope you can find something to take away from this reading, and I hope you have a great rest of the month, and I'll probably be doing these readings again for March, so stay tuned. Bye.